So basically, this is the northern part of Pakistan. The provinces are, you know, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province and also Gilgit-Baltistan, and there are other places as well. But what we have to remember is this is the Hindu Kush, Karakoram, and Himalayan range. So they extend, beyond the borders. You have uh, Kashmir, for instance, the Indian-administered Kashmir, and so is Pakistan-administered Kashmir affected. There's a whole range, the entire range is being impacted now.
And tell me about the emergency efforts to help people, because that's often where these things can go even more badly wrong. What's happening as far as that's concerned?
So, the rainfall, as you know, this is monsoon time now, and heavy rainfall, extra excess rainfall being predicted in the region. That is what is hampering the rescue efforts. We're hearing this from both the Pakistani side as well as the Indian side. Of course, authorities would tell us that they are trying their best, but in many places, highways have collapsed. And we know even using the aerial ones, the helicopter crash, as we've heard from Pakistan. So it's very, very challenging, very, very difficult to access those places, although authorities say they're trying their best.
Just focus on Kashmir for me for a couple of minutes. What's happening there?
So Kashmir, you see, it is like, we've been hearing about this for the past few days. I mean, again, the entire belt. So the Kashmir thing is, this is like what we saw. What happened is all of a sudden they encountered this situation, and when I talk to experts, what exactly happened, then the theory of cloudburst is being questioned again, because when we hear from locals as well, it was not a big rainfall as such, but what was happening is continued rainfall that has caused all this. So this brings in a bigger picture of what's happening to the permafrost, to the glaciers, to the snow conditions up in the Himalayas. So this is monsoon, but the monsoon is not as it used to be. It's changed. So what happens now is, yes, cloudburst situation, or the chances are also there when you have massive rainfall within a very small area, but then also, extended rainfall that can trigger these kind of floods when, the permafrost, the snow-filled, ice-filled glaciers have melted and the mountains are all set to collapse and unleash all those rocks, debris, and the sludge that we see. That is what they are seeing now in Kashmir.
Now, you've covered this region around the Himalayas for many years. Just give us a sense of how much the weather has changed, how unusual what you're describing to us today is.
So see, it's based broadly two things here. First of all, of course, this is monsoon, rainy season. And during rainy seasons in the past as well, we used to see landslides, floods. True, it used to happen many, many years ago as well. But what has now happened is two things. Monsoon has changed. What happens is you get, prolonged dry kind of condition, and then all of a sudden you have massive rainfall within a very, very small area that is usually known as cloudburst. That's the term they are using now. That is the main thing. But then what is also important here is we need to understand is this is a heavily, heavily glaciated place in the region, the Himalayas, as we know. So what's happened is because of global warming, all the glaciers are disappearing. The permafrost have thawed. So what that means is the mountains are exposed. A slight trigger of rainfall or earthquake can unleash the debris of rocks, sludge. That is what we are seeing. We are not just seeing water coming down. And what we need to understand here is the force of that debris is much, much powerful than only water. That is what's very important. That's why we are seeing this level of damage. When you see all these trees, logs, rocks coming down, that's because the mountains are coming down. That is the difference.
Thank you so much. It's great to have your wisdom on this. Navin Singh Khadka is our World Service Environment Correspondent.